Hey, joining me now, I want to bring in a Great Capital chairman, Tom Hayes. Now, you guys know Tom Hayes from the show, and the reason I don't have Tom on more frequently is he's long-term, so he's going to tell you the same thing over and over again. But here's the thing. You want to listen to what Tom Hayes has to say because this guy has an amazing track record, and he's with us now. Tom, welcome to the show, man.
Thanks for having me, Charles.
I just want to go, so you're a long-term investor.
That's right.
So it's only fair to judge your ideas, I think, at least on a year-to-year basis.
Correct.
So let's look at what you gave us a year ago.
Let's do it.
January 2024. Citi up 33%. Bank of America up 33%. Google up 39%. Amazon up 46%. Is that Crown Cork right there? CCI.
Yep.
Crown Castle. That's the only one that's down. These are amazing numbers, my man. I mean, even with the 25% decline in there, you've got four names up 30%, one up almost 50%. The key here was to really, to know, the fundamentals, right?
Yeah.
And to have patience.
Yeah, we like to buy things when they're out of favor. Crown Castle, that's gotten hit by rates. It actually had a rally, and it's come back in. We like Crown Castle here. I think, it's very interesting when we see rates. I heard your A-Block, Jeff, talking about rates. I've heard Tom Lee out there. The 10-year yield did the exact same thing in Trump 1.0. Right after he got elected, it blew out. Yields blew out. The dollar rallied like crazy. Right after the inauguration, you know what happened? Bonds got bid. International stocks took off. All the things that people thought weren't going to do well under Trump did extremely well.
Right.
And what actually did poorly that first year? Energy did poorly that first year.
Yeah. And ironically, in this last year, solar stuff has been a disaster, right? Under the solar stock of Biden.
Solar did great the first year of Trump.
Yeah. So it's amazing when they zig, when they zag, and the markets start to price this thing, or they start to be in there. So what are you saying? Because the average holding period, like let's say 1960, people used to hold stocks 6-7 years.
Yep.
It's down to 5 months.
Yeah.
So is it tough just getting folks to hold, particularly when they don't move in your direction initially?
Well, it's interesting. This has been an aberration, and we're all blinded by recency bias. Since 1927, value has outperformed growth by 4.4% per year. So what changed? Since 2010, growth has absolutely smoked value. And part of that has to
But is that a paradigm shift?
It could be. People say capital light models, et cetera. But what actually happened was zero interest rate policy. So unless you believe that we're going back to zero interest rate policy, which today tells you, and I think we're going to a normalized environment, you want to start to look at some value stocks. The equity risk premium, everyone's talking about that, is very bearish.
Right.
It's the lowest it's been since 2000, which was a generational buy for value, for international, for small caps, et cetera. So I think we're going to have some opportunities there.
I got 30 seconds to go. I want to know, you use the word normal. I'm hearing normal a lot, normalized. What does that mean, normal? What is a normal bond yield?
Yeah, I think people overestimated us taking the terminal rate down to 2.5, down to inflation.
We're going to just simply go right back.
Yeah, I think if you look at the late 90s, 3.5–4% is a reasonable place where you can have economic growth. It will be non-contractionary, and that's the right sweet spot when you have demand.
What do you like here? I'm rushing you because we're running past the time, but we've got to get some jewels from you because you're rocking, and now people want to know what to buy.
Turnaround Tom likes Advanced Auto Parts. This is the this is the worst run auto retailing business.
I did a special on this bad boy.
But they've got Shane O'Kelly. He came from HD Supply. He sold off the Canada business, paid down debt. That's the number one thing in a turnaround, is that you have solvency risk off the table, closing the unprofitable, disparate shops on the West Coast, focusing on the areas where he's number one and number two, targeting margins that imply $630 million operating income by 2027. Last time it had $630 million operating income, last 4 times. Stock trade between $180 and $240. It's a $45 stock today. We like this over the next 2 to 3 years.
My man. We'll see you before 1 year from now, but we're definitely going to be watching.
I love it. Thank you so much.
See you, buddy.
Appreciate it.
All right, folks, we'll be right back.